As the non-conference portion of the season starts to come to a close, all the Christmas sweaters and Santa hats are out. As we get closer to Christmas, we're underway tonight with Cincinnati controlling the opening tip. Up top to Baba Miller, looking down low for Chom. Quickly back out to Miller, and he hits from three to start the game. Baba Miller has been a key source of offense for Cincinnati this year. The Bearcats tonight go against Simpson, Anderson, Palesi, King, and Stanback for the Hornets. Looking inside to Stanback, it's not there, so up top to Anderson, coming off a 23-point game. Hit 5 threes in a close loss to Mizzou.
Oh my.
Step back, he's way off the mark. One and done for the Hornets. For Cincinnati, they counter in their starting five with Thomas, Abayev, Krisa, Miller, and Chom. A whistle on the release. Palesi is going to get called for a smack on the wrist here of Sean Abayev.
Hard jab step, rocker step, got the defender backing up, and then the follow through got a little bit, he touched him on the wrist. By the letter of the law, that is a foul, but yeah, I can see why he'd be upset.
Those 3 shots for Sean Abayev. Donald's All-American freshman, who you've seen the glimpses at times, Terry, for Abayev, and then other times it's also looking like a guy that continues to adjust to the college basketball game.
Yeah, and he's got to take the next step of, he's had big games. Sean Abayev has had 20-point games, 18-point games. He knows how to light it up, but he's also had some 2 of 11 games, such as Georgia. He's got to learn to attack the basket when the shot's not falling. He's not just a 3-point shooter. He's a multifaceted scorer.
Well, he certainly loves that 3-point shot. Getting him the old-fashioned way there. Makes all 3. Something for Cincinnati that has been a struggle this season, free throw shooting. As a team, only 62.5% at the line. Last in the Big 12. But an early 6-0 lead for Cincinnati. And off to Simpson, the second leading scorer for this Hornets team. And too strong on the runner, gets his own miss, and he wants to reset. 16 points per game for Micah Simpson, one of the key returners to this Hornets team this year that lost a lot from an NCAA tournament team last year. Smart play there to throw it off. Abayev stays with the Hornets. 5 to shoot for Alabama State here. What are your keys to the game here, Terry, for both sides? Well,
for the Bearcats, they got to have that Debo mindset. Be physical, be intimidating, patrol the lane, big guys like Debo on his bike in their neighborhood, and then mission possible. Master your assignment, follow the scouting report. And for Alabama State, you got to light them up like Christmas trees. You're going to have to make 10 threes in order to be competitive in this game. Then you have to stay close. Keep the game close. At the end of the first half, maybe 10 points. And at the last 8-minute mark, single digits.
Chom picks up a block there, and then a foul inside. Stanback got his arms around Miller. First foul on Stanback. Tony Madlock is in his 4th season with Alabama State. His son's not around anymore. TJ is playing over in Germany. Had a great game over the weekend. He was named player of the game, playing overseas, but he's just hoping to keep this team together through March, Terry.
Such a great guy.
It really is. He told us coming in, NCAA tournament last year, as Sham gets free down low for a dunk, you play for the games in March. For a team in the SWAC, you need that automatic berth. Can this team withstand the 12-game road trip? Can they take their lumps early and still be together at the end of the year?
Yeah, and he said, you know what, these are games you have to take. I asked him, do you guys have NIL money? He goes, oh yeah, we use 3 extra games to use that, raise that money for our players.
Stanback flies in, and Alabama State is on the board. He loves to throw it down.
Yeah, there's
old school style dunker.
Old school, yeah. Didn't even bend his legs when he dunked it. Like Clyde Drexler.
Abayev launches from 3 again. That's short. Rebound Anderson. Simpson way outside the arc. Miller grabs the rebound inside. He is the top rebounder in the Big 12, more than 10 a game.
And the top defensive rebounder in college basketball.
one of only 2 players in the Big 12 averaging a double-double, along with JT Toppin at Texas Tech. Thomas rims out, swatted around a couple of times, and it falls to Miller.
Mustafa Cham keeping the ball alive with that long swat you mentioned. If they can just keep it alive and stay around the basket, they get those opportunities.
Anderson working downhill off the screen, gets to the rim.
That's crafty. And we talk about him, his ability to score, and how he just, between the legs and slithers through off the glass over Mustafa Cham.
Transfer from Queens. He's the 4th leading scorer in the MAC this year, more than 18 a game. Abayev trying to hop his way inside and draws a foul. Now Wes Miller, conversely, for Cincinnati, in his 5th season with the Bearcats, coming off back-to-back losses, most recently against Georgia over the weekend. 84-65 the final score in that one at State Farm Arena, the home of the Atlanta Hawks, and he said, we're not going to accept it. It's not okay. We're going to get back to work and try to keep improving this team and give better results for this program and this fan base.
He understands the fire that comes along with being a head coach at University of Cincinnati and the expectations that have been set by previous coaches. He understands that, and nobody feels worse than him about how the team has been performing and closing out games, and he's trying to figure it out. It's not an easy place to do it at Cincinnati, especially headed into the Big 12, but he has the right pieces, and he will try his best to get this ship righted.
Krisa
nice.
Into the lane, out to Miller, 8 to shoot for Cincinnati. Miller loses the handle. Outside, contested 3 for Krisa. Alvin Zella grabs the miss. Krisa wants to try again. Good box out inside. King has it knocked away, and it will stay with Cincinnati when we come back. Well, Jizzle James making his return tonight. We have not seen him in the game yet, but Kelsey Conway will take us through the return of Jizzle James when we come back. Against Georgia over the weekend, and after the team lost another tough loss, 2nd in a row for Cincinnati, they returned action tonight, and earlier today a press release was sent out that Jizzle James was activated to the roster and available to play.
Hey, good for him. You know, when you're dealing with issues and you confront those issues and you work through them and you take the steps necessary that were laid out for you, then you deserve a second chance. And he has taken advantage of it. He's been humble. You know, he cut the braids off, and now he's back to looking like his dad his rookie year.
Zella caps off the alley-oop after the Hornets turnover.
So take every Dennis Rodman YouTube video, send it over to Zella.
The answer at the other end for Simpson. That's what you talked about, Terry. This Hornets team is going to have to make some threes tonight to keep pace with Cincinnati on the road.
He's going to have to. They're going to have to knock him down. 39% from 3 is Simpson.
Offensive rebound after the Krisa miss. He's been taking them early and often today, but still 0 from the field for Kirk Krisa.
As he should. He's got to shoot. He's a shooter, and shooters need looks. He's not trying to do too much with the basketball. He's catching and shooting, and the percentage goes up drastically when they catch and shoot opposed to shooting off the bounce.
Deep in the shot clock here for Anderson. Slip down low inside. Mason going up and gets called for the foul.
I mean, look at the kick ahead right there. And he looked up, he runs the floor. And what you love about Zella is that he's always around the basket getting offensive rebounds. And you can see the three-pointer right there, holds it up in the air. Krisa on the late closeout. But Simpson's nearly 40% from 3. He's a knockdown shooter.
And Mason at the line. Foul committed by Cincinnati's Jalen Celestine. Mason only 67% at the line this year.
And you can hear the crowd.
And here comes Jizzle James getting a nice round of applause to mark his return.
But notice who he came in with. He came in with Buck Harris. And that was some of the issues that was going on early on. And earlier today, Buck Harris, Jizzle James, Day-Day Thomas was out here doing shoot-around, and they were just hugging each other and sort of making amends and saying, let's turn this season around.
You can tell this crowd wants Jizzle James to make his mark on the game. They certainly missed him as the team is scuffled out of the gate to begin the season.
2-3 zone.
Good closeout by Anderson, denying that pull-up. An entry feed inside is out of the hands of Zella.
KYP. You don't throw bullet passes in there to Zella. You got to make sure you get it on the rim. He's an amazing offensive rebounder, but throwing a baseball pass from 20 feet away directly at him while he has one hand ceiling is not the right pass.
Simpson, step back three. Good rebound inside from Mason.
Sure was.
Transfer from Howard College. Started his career at UMass Amherst. Kicks it out, stand back, flying in. And it is deflected out of bounds. Going back to Cincinnati. More good interior defense. This Bearcat team, Terry, is very good at blocking shots inside.
I thought he got away with one on the arm right there.
I maybe thought so too, but got to call it as we see it.
Oh, I saw it. They call it as it's
Call
called.
it as they called it, I guess, yeah.
There you go.
So back to Cincinnati. Approaching 7 minutes in. Both teams have struggled to get on the offensive foot so far. Alley-oop is knocked away. James pulls up. That's his shot right there. Leaves it a bit short.
I like the pace for Alabama State. They know they're trying to catch this Cincinnati team in a lull right now. A lot of emotion going on.
Anderson off the mark, but a second chance on the long rebound. Simpson, floater. Trying to get his own miss. And a jump ball is called. It's going to stay with Alabama State. Good hustle for Micah Simpson.
Well, they're playing desperate, and they understand, and they look forward. You mentioned it earlier today in the shoot-around. Alabama State cherishes the moments like this, playing in front of big-time environments on the road. They know they have to take these games, and that could have easily been a, I don't know how you call it travel when both teams are running with it, so I guess jump ball is the accurate call.
Both guys traveled, both guys might have been out of bounds, so we'll just say, hey, we'll give it to the possession arrow. Inbound to Bird. Fresh off the bench here for Alabama State. Averages 9 a game, a good punch off the bench for Tony Madlock. And he's earning a trip to the line.
Mustafa Cham swats down on a lot of basketballs trying to block him. And if he just stay walled up, I like the fact that he's in the paint and he's trying to be intimidating. Anything comes in the paint, he's going to swat at. But sometimes you just jump straight up in the air instead of coming down right there. She slaps him on the wrist. Then can't believe he got called for it. If he just stays with that left hand in the air on the shooting hand, if you jump with the right hand, you're coming across the body. Jump with the left hand as the right-hand player is coming at you and block it that way.
You talked about the new haircut for Jizzle James. Mustafa Cham going with the old school Allen Iverson cornrows.
Man, come on. Got the little baby hair up there.
I think Carmelo had that for a while too, didn't he? The cornrows?
He sure did. Once you get the cornrows and you've made your career out of it, it's hard to go back to anything else.
1 of 2 at the line there for Bird. Both teams are in a bit of an offensive funk. Jordy Rodriguez misses from 3 for Cincinnati. Valesi puts it on the floor, gives it up. Mason, long 2, and it's a 1-possession game.
We talked about, the coach said he wants to stay close.
Yep.
If he can stay single digits, maybe even 11 or 12 points by halftime and then get it down to single digits in the last 8 minutes, they feel good.
You asked him, how would you know that your team is still in the game? He said within 10 to 12 at half and within 7 points at the last media timeout. James, count that with a foul. The continuation there, and he gets his first bucket since making his return.
And that's how it's supposed to go. You want to be able to power through it, hop step, put it up off the glass, and welcome everybody back to Clifton. Jizzle James in the building. But we haven't installed nearly half of the stuff they had at this time last year.
He said the difference between this year and last year is last year on their NCAA tournament team, coming into the year, they had returned about 7 of their top 9 players. This year, they only return really 1 or 2 guys, Micah Simpson being one of them, who's had a great start to his season. Halfway down and out for Demarion Yates. And here comes Cincinnati. But this Alabama State team is for real. They have that experience. They have that hunger coming off last year's tournament berth. Swatted away by Yates. Good hands. Shot clock hasn't reset for Cincinnati. Thomas trying to create. Puts it behind his back. Yates grabs the miss.
No offensive rebounds for the Bearcats.
Simpson's been a big part of the team's early success this year. Only averaged 6 a game a season ago. He's up to 16 this year. Palesi working by Thomas, spins away. That shot was deflected, but a whistle as well. That's going to put Cameron Palesi at the line.
Does Palesi look like Delonte West to you?
He sure does.
Cade Cunningham, Delonte West.
Kind of a mix of both of them. He's got the game of both for sure with that turnaround jumper. 6 points, 5 rebounds a game for the transfer from Canisius, Wisconsin native. Now the all-new ESPN app has arrived. It's all of ESPN all in one place, and it's your home for the most and best live sports and a whole new way to experience ESPN. Download the ESPN app on your TV or mobile device, log in, and start streaming to view 47,000 live events, studio shows, documentaries, you name it.
I get no sleep anymore with the app. I mean, every game that you want to see, you can just get on there and log on there and watch replays. I tell you what, I am officially a junkie.
Good pass inside, and Miller throws it down to finish it off.
You know, when you have your 10th points in the paint now, continue to attack, but that's how you finish around the basket if you're in the paint.
It's where Cincinnati struggled last game against Georgia in the paint. They were outscored by 18 inside against the Bulldogs out of the SEC. Abayev wraps it around to Krisa. Tries again from 3, and that time he connects.
One of his best looks. He likes the pump fake sidestep, one dribble, slows him down a little bit, and he gets a nice rhythm from the corner. Good pass by Sean Abayev, good setup.
Started the game 0 of 4, and you saw him clap his hands together. A bit of a sigh of relief there for Krisa to break off the Schneid tonight. Lead up to 8 for Cincinnati. Hornets trying for the answer, and Cham denies it, but a save on the inbound right to the Hornets. They can't convert. Couple of chances inside. Abayev attacks and dumps it down to Miller.
A one-man highlight reel right now, and Baba Miller is giving you a lesson on how to finish around the basket. Beautiful, beautiful no-look pass. Catches it, doesn't even think about laying it up, just exploding up. And then Krisa, run there, pump fake sidestep, gets him over here. Nice follow through, knocks it down. And then once again, if you haven't had enough of Baba Miller, this is how you do it around here. 180 dunk off a beautiful no-look pass, hook pass by Sean Abayev. When they pass the ball interior and get the ball to their finishers, Baba Miller is one of the elite players in college basketball. He has to play on an all Big 12 level. If he's playing at a potential player of the year level, the Bearcats can go to big heights. But it has to come from him because he can do everything on the floor.
He was kind of the epitome. He embodied how Cincinnati's last game went. Wes Miller said he was great in the first half, but he picked up a technical foul, and that kind of derailed Cincinnati in that second half, and they ultimately crumbled down the stretch. It's a mistake that Wes Miller said Miller cannot make. He knows he can't make it. But when he's on the floor, when he's performing at his best, to your point, Terry, one of the best players in the Big 12, one of 2 averaging a double-double.
Yeah, he's a guy that's got just unbelievable gifts and skill sets. And Wes Miller realizes this, and he is trying to pretty much run the offense through him and around what he does, his skill sets.
Simpson lets it fly and hits again. He is a lights-out shooter for the Hornets.
and he just stepped behind the screen. I mean, that wasn't a total line three-point shot. Beautiful pass.
And Zella off the glass and one.
But I'm seeing more than we have seen in the previous 10 games, more intention of getting the ball down low. That's a strength of Cincinnati. You got guys that can actually finish. Baba Miller can finish and pass, and then you got the nice, beautiful three right there. But you got guys that, look, he flashed, he got big, he pump fake, took his time, sidestep, got under the basket, and made the layup, and he converted the three-point play.
Alvin Zella's played some nice minutes so far tonight, 5 points and a rebound. Only 4 minutes of action for the Frenchman. Simpson attacks, rolls out. Free throws coming from Micah Simpson.
You show Wes Miller. Wes Miller runs to the baseline to look at the official. The official is holding his elbow, saying no, he reached out and he touched him, and Wes just grabbed the back of his head and started scratching. Look at that smile on his face. He understands he's starting to get closer to his team. They had a good, hard week of practice. A couple days of practice, that is.
Alabama State has to make their free throws here, Terry. They're 3 of 7.
When you're on the road, you have to free throws and rebounding. If you can control the rebounding, if you can control the free throws, you have a chance on the road, even if you're not shooting it well.
We were at shoot around this morning. Tony Madlock was over talking to us for 10, 15 minutes. The entire time he was talking to us, his team was shooting free throws behind him.
Yes.
It's a big point of emphasis, especially on the road for this Alabama State team. Abayev hangs in the air to finish.
And no talking while they're shooting free throws. He wanted them focused and concentrating.
Stanback, high arcer, and tipped up and out. Almost an own basket there for Cincinnati.
Good
and
outlets.
yet Alabama State cannot cap it off. Had a couple of missed opportunities tonight near the rim. Abayev catches it in stride and hits.
But what I liked about that, Baba Miller with the fast-breaking James Worthy, we used to say that it's the first 3 steps. And when you get outlets, you want to give your outlets past half court if you want to be a fast-breaking team. The guard shouldn't be coming back to the ball.
Lead up to 14 now for Cincinnati. Bearcats have made their last 6 shots. That's a takedown. Anderson tackled by Day Thomas. The Hornets will have the basketball when we come back, but Cincinnati's offense starting to find its footing, Terry.
They're starting to get going. I mean, look how the ball is hopping. And they take the body, put it up. This big man, I'm surprised they didn't flex on him. But he looks at it, catches it, gets comfortable, hand down, man down.
Sean Abayev for Cincinnati scoring the last couple of buckets, helping the Bearcats get to a 14-point lead. And Kelsey, one of the best freshmen Cincinnati's ever had in their recruiting class.
Yeah, Anthony, and he didn't get there without an incredibly strong work ethic. I got to this court here tonight about 3.5 hours before the game, and within 10 minutes of when I arrived, Sean Abayev was already going the first Bearcats player out here tonight. And when we had a chance to talk to Bearcats general manager Corey Evans at the beginning of the year, he said that the Bearcats knew how smart he was 2 weeks in to him being on this team, because he was already telling players where to go, and they all talk so highly about how he's the type of player that's in the gym first in the morning and closing out the night.
Thank you, Kelsey. He's trying to make another one here. That's too strong. James had it for a moment, but it ricochets back to Krisa. Inside, Miller once again gets open for the flush. And this Bearcats offense with Abayev and others just continues to click.
That's how I want my 6'11" guy finishing around the basket. He's got to be in the top 3 in the Big 12 in dunks.
Pass to King, muscling his way inside. Extra feed, Simpson.
How about Zealot down there battling?
James hits the wide open 3.
Talk about a comeback story.
Timeout Alabama State again. They're second already in this first half.
I mean, look at that. Catch and shoot. Nobody's even in the area code. That's when you just point right over to the official and it's like, look, we gotta stop this. down 19, transition, gets to their spot. I'm telling you, a guy coming back like Jizzle James can infuse the entire team to really start examining, because now your minutes are starting to be threatened because you add a viable option that should be getting 20 to 25 minutes per game.
It can go one of two ways, right, Terry? It's either everybody starts to push that much more because you know that your minutes are now threatened and you want to prove your worth as well, or you insert a guy that hasn't played in 10 games and has only practiced on somewhat of a limited basis the last couple of weeks. Does he fit seamlessly back in? So it kind of could go one of two ways, and it seems like for Cincinnati tonight, it's been much more of the positive return than any sort of chemistry issue.
Yeah, a guy like Buck Harris averaged 27 minutes per game last year at West Virginia. This year he's down to 19. And he had 20 last game against Georgia. He got in for a minute, and then he's back out again, so we'll keep an eye on his minutes.
Alabama State needs some offense. They need it in a hurry. More than 2 minutes without points. 0 of their last 5 from the floor. Had a lot of chances inside. They left some points at the line. Just haven't capped it off. Anderson tries to change that. Third 3 of this first half for the Hornets.
Beautiful. Jizzle goes below the screen. Didn't see the screen. He just knocked down a 26-footer.
Slip to Chom. And that's an and one.
They call the block. What a beautiful pass. I mean, look at this pocket pass right here by Carissa. He's pointing and saying go. If he falls, maybe it's a charge, but he just sort of bailed out on the contact. All he has to do is fall back, and then now your coach can argue for you. But the finger roll from the logo in the middle of the paint by Mustafa Cham.
In Anderson's defense, I don't know if I would have wanted 7'2", 250 falling on me either.
Well, you got to learn how to fall and get out the way, brother. It's an art form. Think I wore elbow pads for no reason?
That's why they're out there playing and I'm sitting over here in the comfort of my padded seat.
Yeah, and my hip is hurt.
Anderson attacks.
Oh, that's beautiful. He misses it.
Everything but the finish. Mason tries to keep it alive, and Abayev is there to pick up the loose ball. Abayev right to the rim.
It's like an and one mixtape crossover. That thing went over his shoulder and just rolled the contact to the corner.
That's an up and down. Demarion Yates went up and didn't put it down in time.
I mean, look at this high crossover. Just takes the contact, puts his head down. If you're going to let him go to a strong hand, he's going to get more and ones than you, because he can extend that arm out and shoot almost like hook shots, like you're doing the Mikan drill while he's doing layups.
Cincinnati trying to dispel some fears that this offense is going to be an issue this season. Up to 40 points already with still 5 minutes and change left in the first half. Celestine spots up in the corner. Tapped out by Chom. James hits again.
Boy, is he a sight for sore eyes. And those eyes were Wes Miller. He needed a guy like him to come off the bench and reestablish the leadership. Kicked by Mustafa Cham.
Yep. 4:40 to go in this first half. Cincinnati is rolling all over Alabama State here. 43-19. Made 5 threes. They are dominating inside, plus 18 in the paint. And that trend will continue as Anderson could not roll one in. Abayev drops the pass in transition.
Good look at him. He looks. But it's like in the back of the end zone. He's trying to get 2 feet down. Just catch the ball. Put it up. Thought the look was good.
Tony Madlock said, we told you earlier, within 10 to 12 at half, he feels his team would have a fighting chance. And need some offense to get anywhere close to that as this first half winds down. Palesi hits.
Oh, that's good. Snake dribble, gets to his spot, fade away at the top of the key, cashed in.
Second bucket of the first half for Palesi. Abayev working on Bird. He gets to that spot again, and Alabama State commits another foul on the step back three. He loves to create on those wings, and he'll be shooting 3 more free throws after the break. Certainly a welcome addition back to the roster, Jizzle James for Cincinnati. He has 9 in the first half.
Well, he busts through double teams. Look like he's on 3rd and 1. Catch it, wide open 3 in the corner. So you can tell he's been in the gym putting in the work and shooting. And every year, his 3-point shot, he didn't really shoot much his freshman year as far as 3-pointers. Got better last year. And if this is an indication that he has been working on that 3-point shot, you know he got those legs of Barry Sanders, or even his dad. He had pretty good legs too, turning those hips, making you go one way and putting it behind the back and going the other way. But the full sweat, you can tell guys are touching him on the chest and hitting them and saying, you know, welcome back, you look good, you look fresh. He looks like he's ready. He's been putting in the work. He seems humble. And now the fans have ingratiated him. They loved him. As soon as he came in the game, there was a standing ovation. Let's hope he can continue it.
Abayev at the line for 3 shots, fouled, shooting a 3 for the 2nd time already in this game. They got Bird on the release, the guilty party, and Abayev makes 2 out of 3. So how does Alabama State here in the last 3:40 this first half, Terry, get anywhere close to that 10-12 that Tony Madlock was telling us?
He's not gonna get there.
Well, he might not. How do they get close?
Yeah. Well, they got to make sure they can get some. Well, you're not going to start with that.
That doesn't help their cause. Abayev loses it out of bounds, although that's not all on Abayev there. Tough pass from Celestine.
I mean, just what they've been. Look at Abayev and Miller. 23 points on 8 of 11 field goals, outscoring Alabama State Hornets by themselves, 7 of 27. And the Bearcats have 13 assists already. So they're trending towards a 20-plus assist game, which means the ball is hopping and guys are taking quality shots.
They've outscored the Hornets, the Bearcats have, by 15 over the last 5 minutes. And they throw it away again. Creso waiting for some reinforcements, and he finds Chom.
When you run a fast break and 5 guys go to the 3-point line, I'm not sure I've seen that transition offense before in college basketball.
Well, they need some long-range shots to go down, trailing by as many as they are. But they have to limit the turnovers as well. That's 3 in a row in as many possessions.
Yeah, you're not going to come back against a Cincinnati team that already is dominating the paint. They're passing the ball well. They're starting to get to their spots. You can't beat yourself.
Down low to Chom, out to Creesa. Another rebound for Miller. Miller already has 11 points in this first half to go along with 5 rebounds. Looking inside.
Good flash.
Chom has it knocked away. Creesa. Rodriguez on the follow.
They had a few guys on the opposite side. Just missed the bunny. What a beautiful spin move. No cash.
Palesi leaves it short. But a lot of those looks tonight for the Hornets where they're right near the rim, some good options, second chance opportunities. Just haven't capped it off like Cincinnati has. Chom getting another one.
Fake a pass before you make a pass. Kirk Creesa has to put that in his head. I can hear John Lawyer saying that over and over and over when I played. Fake a pass before you make a pass. You have to move the defense. You have to move their hands before you throw a pass.
Alabama State tonight shooting just 25% That'll help a little bit just inside the arc there for Micah Simpson.
He's got 8 double-figure games. He can really go.
He's had a huge jump this year. Last year he was more of a catch-and-shoot guy. Tony Madlock said we didn't let him dribble. He came in. If he hit his first couple shots, he stayed in. If not, we took him out again. But he has really leveled up his play, Micah Simpson has, to the point that he's actually becoming more of a team leader as well, not just his play on the floor. He's trying to lead this group this year with so many departures from last year's roster. Less than a minute remaining in the first half. Cincinnati up big. Simpson, good touch.
We had a guy like him when I played, Lizelle Durden. The 92-93 year, Bob Huggins gave Lizelle 2 shots. We ran LA and double down, those sets for him when he got in the game. And if he missed both of them, he didn't get back in the game because he couldn't do anything else. If he made one of the 2 or both of them, we just kept running plays until he missed 2 in a row. And that's the same thing that Coach Maddox does with his player. Simpson, if you're hot, we're going to keep running it through you, and nobody else is going to get shots until you're done.
Cincinnati takes their use it or lose it timeout coming up at the half. A sit down with Baba Miller, Cincinnati's prized get in the transfer portal from Florida Atlantic. Some highlights from around the Big 12 and first half highlights and stats, which right now we're all tipping in Cincinnati's favor, up 22.
The Cats are clicking, but they gotta, you have to understand playing to the crowd. You are an entertainer. Yes, you want to win, and you are doing what you're supposed to do, so it's making the coach feel good. But as far as the people that sit in these stands that come out faithfully, whether you are winning or losing, that sit in the lower bowl, the ones that paid the money to get tickets to sit in the upper bowl because they couldn't afford the ones before, you got to give them some dunks. You got to give them some running the floor, some things to cheer for, some block shots. You got to play to the emotion of the crowd. Yes, you're doing what you're supposed to do, which is win the game, and winning it pretty handily right now, up by 22. But you also have to have that entertainment value.
47 points on the board. They'll try for a few more here. But a 10-second different shot in game clock. Abayev, step back, draws a foul again. He wanted the three-point play, but he'll take the free throws. He's just been baiting the Hornets into making contact on that step-back jumper tonight.
Yeah, but he does it where when he raises for his jump shot, he leads with his elbow. So if you're trying to block the shot, you're going to run right into the elbow. There's no way in the world you can get all these shots being fouled on the shots that you take unless you have mastered this craft. He draws it by leaning that elbow out, taking the contact, and then adjusting to get the shot off correctly.
3 changes for Alabama State here. Anderson coming back in along with Arshawn King and Stanback. Cincinnati takes out Rodriguez, and Zella is in. 15.1 left in the first half. Barring an offensive rebound here, Alabama State's going to get at least one more possession. 1 of 2 for Abayev.
Yeah, he's a volume shooter, but he's got to be a greedy scorer, meaning that you don't want no points left on the table. He's got to make those free throws.
Final possession of the half is going to go to Cincinnati. A turnover again. Miller, the alley-oop. As the time ticks down in the first half, it's been a turnover-plagued half for the Hornets. They gave it over 4 times down the stretch of the first half, and the lead.
Offense, he said everything, but he's really looking for his team to be more disciplined, specifically when it comes to fouls, guys.
Yeah, thank you, Kelsey. And to say that this is the worst half they've played is quite a statement, because this is not a team, Terry, that has played cupcakes by any stretch of the imagination. Florida State, Colorado, New Mexico, Missouri. They still have Memphis and Mississippi State. I mean, this is a team that's battle-tested. Granted, it's been on the road, but they've played these high major teams, and they've really struggled tonight. Tony Madlock is not a happy camper.
They've had leads on the road against these teams.
They lost last Thursday to Missouri on the road by only 8 points.
Yeah.
So this is a team that knows how to compete with these top programs around the country. Dennis Gates is having a great year with Missouri once again. Inside, Stanback way off. Never hit the rim for Palesi. They have to get going quickly. Simpson. Crossover on Miller to the cup. It's blocked on the way through. It's a shot clock violation.
Double block. He tried to go right at Baba Miller and test to see if his defense was true as he's still on the ground. I wonder if he got stepped on or he's holding his face.
That would not be a good sign and good news for Alabama State. That's Micah Simpson, 16 points per game. Preseason all SWAC down for the Hornets.
I remember one time we played South Florida and I was diving for a loose ball to save it. And fell right, he ran, can't see whether he ran into the backstop or he ran into a shoe.
Looks like he came down hard on that left hip as well. Teresa and Miller over there to check on him along with Anderson. And Zoe Foston, the athletic trainer for Alabama State. Maybe just got the wind knocked out of him. Good to see him walk off under his own power. But still grabbing that face area, Terry. You have to wonder if maybe a finger or something came down through an eye. We'll monitor his status as the game continues. Hornets will certainly miss him in his absence.
That's a nice ball movement.
Thomas has been quiet offensively in this game. Gives it up to Krisa. Right back to Thomas. And now Abayev, deep shot clock for Cincinnati. Shovels it through, and I don't think Chum was maybe expecting that pass. He takes an extra step.
But I like what I saw from the Bearcats. All 5 players touched the ball. Nobody took tough shots. They were looking for the better shot. And they just ran out of real estate down there with the shuffle. But you can see the improvement from last game to this game. I don't care about the quality of opponent. Seeing them run offense, seeing them make the right plays, seeing them look for the high-low down from one big to the next. You can tell that was a point of emphasis during practice.
Getting the ball inside more. As Wes Miller said to Kelsey at halftime, he was really pleased with that. He'll be pleased with that as well. Another block for Chum.
You know what they're allowing in this game is when the offensive player attacks the basket, they're allowing the bump by the defense, which separates him off of his path, like right there. Separated him off the pass, and as he's trying to do a hook shot, he's now behind the backboard.
Good save. Alessi outside Anderson. Mustafa Chum has 3 blocks tonight for Cincinnati on the defensive end. Miller gets grabbed, doesn't matter.
Folks, you're watching first-round talent. Catch that ball with a spin, pump fake, get the defense in the air, take the foul on the left arm, finger roll it in. Great pace. As soon as the shoot-around that was over for Alabama State today, the Bearcats shoot-around was at 2 o'clock. At 1:03, Baba Miller was in here by himself with one of the assistant coaches working on his game, working on his shot. He realized he had a lot to catch up and make up for getting ejected or getting a technical foul against Georgia.
Converts the 3-point play. Cincinnati continues to grow that lead. It's now at 28. Alabama State has yet to score 2+ minutes into the second half. Bird has it knocked away again. Tony Madlock in some disbelief over there on that Alabama State sideline. Follow-away jumper for Abayev is no good. Anderson, the lane parts.
Good rim protection by Mustafa Chum, and then a good rim run by his bookend bully, Baba Miller.
Nobody accounted for Miller behind the defense.
Baba Miller is putting a season's worth of highlight films together in one game.
18-6 so far tonight. That's short for John Anderson. Inside, a mismatch here for Chum. Couldn't put it in over Alibi. Leby played some in the first half for Alabama State as well. That's a grab on the way by. As Yates was making his move.
You know, Alabama State was founded in 1867. It was known as Lincoln Normal School in Marion, Alabama, established by the Marion Nine. Nine formerly enslaved men who raised $500 to start the school. And then they moved to Montgomery in 1887, nearly 20 years later, where it resides today. 172-acre campus, about 5,500 students. They are the Hornets.
You know, we do Nelson's notes at the start of the broadcast. I didn't know that included your history textbook notes.
Well, I got to give some context here. I mean, that's going to be a quiz for you guys. Yeah, so, I mean, when you talk about the nine that raised $500 to start the school.
$500 back then went a long way.
That's what I'm saying. What would that be today? 50 million?
That's the test. That's the quiz. What is 500 in 1867 convert to now?
Dear Microsoft Copilot.
Inbound to Yates. Transfer from Memphis, and you see why. Played for Penny Hardaway last year. He's got some game.
Beautiful. Attack the basket, use the rim for protection, puts it up with the left hand.
And a good steal inside. Kevin Leby comes away with it for Alabama State. Get a little pep in their step now. Still have a long way to go. Simpson back in there after the brief injury scare, off the mark from three. Good back tap from Tyler Bird.
Got to have a little awareness. He's running the floor. You know, if you're the first person running the floor, there's people behind you. Catch the ball, big fella. That was a beautiful pass by Kirk Creesa. Bearcats are rolling by 26.
Playoff to date. Ole Miss's coach is at LSU. Tulane's coach is at Florida. James Madison's coach is at UCLA. Alabama somehow is in with 3 losses. Miami and Notre Dame didn't play. They were out, and only one of them gets in.
That is crazy.
It's all pandemonium.
Yeah, if I'm an associate head coach and I got the job, I'm ecstatic because I get a chance to win a national championship as an interim coach.
Absolutely. All starts this weekend, including the 3-loss Alabama Crimson Tide. Their basketball team under Nate Oates just lost the other day against Arizona in a barn burner. Wildcats continue to absolutely roll.
They're talented.
Very talented.
They are loaded.
55-29 here. Anthony Mazzini, Terry Nelson, Kelsey Conway, our entire crew with you. Bringing you some pre-Christmas basketball here in Cincinnati as the non-conference slate continues to roll on. Both teams will start conference play in the SWAC and Big 12 respectively in the new year. Thomas gets on the scoreboard for the first time tonight. Step back jumper in the corner.
Little Cade Cunningham short corner midi.
Off the mark for Bird, but he gets his own miss. Ricochets out to Demarion Yates. Valesi skies up for the offensive board. Simpson step back jumper.
Yeah, he plays at his own pace. He's got a beautiful pace to his game, under control. But the mid-range shot is not going to get them back into this game. They're going to the 2-3 zone now. See if they can slow the Bearcats down. 13
for Simpson tonight to go along with 5 boards. Zella doubled, finds Miller inside with a foul.
Oh my, that dunk number 5 or 6. But he's just letting you know, this is how you finish in the paint as a big man when you don't have big guys to stop them. Under control, step through, power dribble, hit on the chest, couple of pull-ups on the rim. Baba Miller looking like quite a prospect as he puts on a show here for Fifth Third Arena.
See, it's interesting, Terry. You've commented about that power dribble. You mentioned it for Creesa earlier. You mentioned it for Miller there. A lot of times with the big guy, you want him to keep the ball high. You don't want him to put the ball on the floor. But what does it do for Miller that maybe it wouldn't work for other guys?
Well, power dribble means that you're going to be dribbling lower to the ground. 2 hands, it's like a crab dribble, they would call it sometimes. If you're dribbling like a back down dribble as Baba blocks that shot, If you're dribbling a back down dribble, that's different. It's a higher dribble, and that can be stolen. But a power dribble is quick, it's powerful. You get it back into your hands. You only do the power dribble because you want to get your feet set to power up to the rim.
We'll send it down to Kelsey.
Anthony, Baba Miller's play on the court speaks for itself, but I had a chance to talk to him before the game today, and he was the player that I wanted to ask, what is the team doing to rebound from 2 losses? So in addition to what he's been giving the Bearcats on the court this year, he's also really evolved into a leader that they're really counting on. This week in practice, it was all about bringing the energy and really learning how to finish a game. So the Bearcats knew what they were going to get with Miller on the court, but what he has added in the locker room as a leader has been equally as important.
And Terry, you talked about that. Finishing games tonight. Clearly the players recognize that as well, that they have faltered in second halves this year. That was the message from Miller coming into the game tonight.
Now that's how you do a behind the back pass.
That's how you send a message too.
You know what's a good pass behind the back? The one the other person catches. I don't want to hear about how good a pass was and it goes out of bounds. That was beautiful.
That was beautiful there too as well for Tyler Bird through traffic.
Tell you what, Baba Miller has 7 dunks. One of these got to make SportsCenter top 10.
Thomas, long 2 is good.
The master of the midi. Once you establish the low post game, then you can't use your post guy to separate and stop you from attacking the paint, and he's taking advantage.
Yates spins away and nails it. Playing a nice second half here for the Hornets. A bit more here as the Hornets look for some answers after what Tony Madlock said was the worst half they played this season. Thomas has got more involved here in the second half.
Well, you got your buddy now, Jizzle James, looking to run the offense, and Day now getting the favorite return to him because he's no longer feeding them. I mean, look at this. Beautiful one leg off the right leg. I mean, he whipped that back. That's a behind the back pass. Oh my goodness, that's just talent. Give it up to me and get out the way.
During his vacation retreat.
Yeah, Santa don't have a goatee, so I'm just saying, he's the backup.
It's the mall Santa. All Cincinnati here tonight, they're up 31. Bird on the attack, has his pass knocked away, tried to skip it baseline. I'd say this is a welcomed gift under the Christmas tree for Cincinnati tonight. Some offensive output. They are already beyond their point total from last game against Georgia. Yates rattles in another 3.
And that's just the 4th three-pointer for Alabama State. They are now 4 of 14.
Cincinnati had 66 points tonight. They only scored 65 in a 19-point loss to the Bulldogs on Saturday over the weekend. Nobody covers James after he corrals his miss.
And he came off that corner. Mustafa Cham and both Celestine just pinned their guys, and he just used that bump screen to get to the basket for a layup.
It was first game back after being dismissed in the offseason and working his way back through an entire protocol due to undisclosed personal reasons. He has 11 tonight. It's an and 1 inside for Rarshawn King. Redshirt freshman from Memphis, and last year at Arkansas State.
Yeah, Mustafa jumps early. And you gotta, one of the things I loved about Scottie Pippen is he always said you want to keep your guys, your elbows bent so you can react on every corner.
Now the Hornets will try to make a push, down 68-40, under 12 to go. The 3 in double figures tonight for Cincinnati, led by Miller, who's 1 rebound shy of another double-double. Abayev and James have chipped in with 13 and 11 respectively, and it has been a nice bounce-back offensive showing for Cincinnati tonight.
It was. Look at that. Look at that scoring right there. Baba with 22. Approaching, if he doesn't have already, his double-double. He has been explosive. Hey, I got a trivia question for you.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna throw a name out at you.
All right.
Do you know who Tahid Epps is?
I didn't know I was supposed to study
Yeah, you did.
coming into this game. No,
right.
I don't know who Tahid Epps is.
2 Chainz. 2 Chainz used to play here at Alabama State.
Is that right?
Yeah, he played his freshman year, and then the music called, and the rest is history. He had his own NIL deal.
Chom finishes it off on the feed from Tillery. Keyshawn Tillery into the game for the first time tonight. Well, there you have it. More trivia from Terry Nelson. You could appear at local bars and breweries and run trivia nights.
I'm the answer to a question at BW3s. Who was the first person to get a dunk in the 1992 Final Four?
That's you?
That is yours truly. Yeah, Herb Jones and Corey Blunt were on either side of me calling for the ball after I stole it from Chris Webber. And I told him, man, get out the way. This is my moment. You haven't passed me the ball all year long. Let me get my dunk on.
If anyone wants to go back and rewatch that, it's on black and white VHS. Celestine drills the three just moments after Palesi hit the long two for Alabama State.
I still got the 8-track somewhere. Corey Blunt has the cassette tape.
Everyone pulled up in their Model T Ford to that game. Yates misses, but on the cleanup duty, not there. Too strong off the glass. And Rodriguez is down under the basket for Cincinnati, and then as a result, Yates went tumbling over him. I don't know if Rodriguez is down because of Yates or if Rodriguez ended up taking down Yates unintentionally. Yeah, not sure what the sequence of events there was.
I've been hit several times in the paint. You got to get out of the way. I don't know what they do over in Spain, but he got hit right there.
Yeah.
And right into the knee of Chom. At that point, you got to roll out of bounds because then he gets stepped on. They're going to go take a look at it. But then he gets stepped on while he's in the paint. As a teammate, you give up the basket and you cover your teammate who's on the ground.
So Rodriguez will go back in the tunnel and get looked at by Bob Mangine, the athletic trainer for Cincinnati.
Previous plays being under review for a flagrant 1 foul.
You're checking it if there should be any sort of upgrade to a flagrant.
No, that's not a flagrant 1. That's a quick review. Jordy was leaning in. Yeah, Jordy was leaning in, and it was just a spin move, and his face leaning in. That should be a quick review, common foul. Not even a foul. If it's a foul on Jordy, it's one thing.
Now the follow for King, just another example tonight of Alabama State not capitalizing on opportunities near the basket when Cincinnati doesn't rebound or Alabama State gets an offensive rebound. They've had their chances, Terry. They just haven't shot it well tonight. They're 32% from the floor. And we'll send it down to Kelsey, who has a quick update on Jordy Rodriguez.
Yeah, Anthony, just a quick update on Jordy Rodriguez. As you said, he immediately left the court with head trainer Bob Mangine and is headed back to the locker room right now.
So not even staying in that tunnel, or immediately going back for further evaluation.
Well, that means that nose is crooked. When you have to go back there, they're going to go pop that thing back in there. I've had my nose broken several times.
There he goes.
And he's back out, Bob Mangine is, but he's going to grab his bag. Maybe he's telling the coach. In other words, the official said, we ain't feeling sorry for you. Get your head out the way. That's exactly what he said.
Just got a very detailed biological description of how that foul transpired. At the end of the day, it is an incidental contact, nothing to upgrade it.
The minute I gave that story, he looked right at me and sort of smiled and said, that's exactly what that's what I was trying to say.
Long story short, where else was the offensive player supposed to go?
There's nowhere to go. He was off balance. It was unfortunate. But when they take you in the back to look at you, they're going to readjust that nose. Put some
Sometimes
gauze
you
in
come out looking better than you did before.
It never happened to me.
You just kept getting worse?
It gets worse. I don't know about you. I'm not a boxer. Those guys got flat noses, you know, been punched a lot of times. No.
They got that cauliflower ear, too, which is always a little gruesome to look at. There's Rodriguez.
He's probably never been hit in the nose before.
A freshman from Spain. His teammates with Baba Miller on the U19 World Cup Spanish squad. So had a friend when he came to Cincinnati. Risa surveying, finds Cham, body's flying, and wave it off. It's a foul before the shot, and a hard tumble down low inside for Arshawn King. I beg your pardon, that's Query Stanback. Stanback the one there taking the hard fall.
Yeah, but Mustafa Cham's got to dunk the ball around the basket. I mean, when you watch Baba Miller doesn't shoot layups unless he's leaning forward trying to draw the and one. He's dunking everything around the basket. And the coaching staff wants the same for Mustafa Cham. Like, start showing some power and aggression. Use that 7'7" wingspan that you have to start flushing it down.
Officially halfway gone in the second half, still all Cincinnati. Crisa cannot add to the lead. Bearcats up 30 over Alabama State. Simpson wanted that pull-up three. It was a good hedge there from Celestine to cut that off. Anderson puts it through the legs.
Oh, wow.
And puts on the spin cycle to the cup.
Oh, drop a fabric softener in there. My goodness. Made him lean one way, spun back the other way, high off the glass so Mustafa Cham couldn't block it.
That's the guy, Terry, we talked about at the start of the broadcast today. He can put it in a hurry, volume score, and you can see why. Abayev tries to do the same exact thing at the other end. Palesi cannot believe he's called for a foul.
I mean, tween, spin move, puts it up high. Mustafa just a step away, wanted to get it. He can even smell it. Look at this. Between the legs, quick spin move. Oh, that was beautiful.
Extra rinse, too.
Spin cycle.
Double wash, extra rinse.
He's 4
Throw in a dryer sheet, too.
Come on now. And Sean Abayev is talented as a player. He hasn't found a rhythm yet from the three-point line, and he hasn't found a rhythm yet from the free throw line this year. And you know it's coming, and it's baffling to him because he comes and he does the work. He's never had a problem shooting free throws. But this year has been quite a head scratcher for him.
Came in at 61% on the year. He goes 0 of 2 there. And he's 6 of 10 tonight at the line.
I got a new rule. If you don't shoot at least 70, whoever doesn't shoot at least 70, then we're going to make sure that they run that many suicides for the amount of free throws that they missed.
That would certainly send a message.
And then you're going to have to get in the gym and you got to make minimum 100 every day before practice. And I know they chart stuff, but the only way that you get better at free throw shooting is that, one, you can physically do it, get out there and shoot, or two, you can visualize shooting 100 free throws per day.
Well, we'll see how Miller fares at the line. Cincinnati gets to the line a ton, but making them is a different story. As part of their total offensive woes this year, Wes Miller's group last in points per game, last in three-point percentage, last in free throw percentage, last in turnovers. Tonight they have started to quiet some of those naysayers, but still some things to work on.
They haven't played their best game, but yet here they are up 30. They haven't played their best game all season long, a start to finish game. And that's what Wes Miller is looking for. He's looking for not perfection, but just improvement on a daily basis.
Looking for Mason inside, and Cham called for an over the back. Trying to deny that entry feed. That is his third foul. Only Cincinnati's third team foul in the second half. Hornets have already put Cincinnati in 1-1 territory for the rest of this game. Bird pulls it back and hits.
You got a little groove right now. Trading baskets is not going to get you back in the game, but it is going to let you know that you are. Oh, look at the blow by.
Keyshawn Tillery makes his mark. Did not play in that first half, in large part because of the return of Jizzle James. Haven't seen much of Sincere Harris tonight as well. Two guys that with James's return figured to see some of their minutes go down. You talked about it earlier, Terry, with Harris. His minutes now going down a little bit with James in the fold.
And this is game one, so it could have been practice. It could have been something. You're just not going to play a talent like Buck Harris. But he doesn't seem to be bothered by it while he's on the bench.
He's only played 3 minutes tonight. Tillery's played 4, all of them in the second half. James in his return has played 13. He's made the most of those 13 minutes for sure. Mason using that lower body strength to go at Chom. Miller, kick. Krisa out to Tillery. Chom grabs the miss, but loses it.
That's not a power dribble. As you mentioned, that offensive rebound should have just caught it, and Tim Duncan did keep it high and jump hook.
High off the glass, no good for Anderson. Abayev leaks out. Tillery, Miller, flush it.
Beautiful, in transition. Give it up. Abayev thought he was going to get that ball back. Threw a no-look to Baba, who's running the floor. He's always out in transition. Dunk number 8 for Baba Miller.
When you're on the break, just give it to the human highlight reel. New career high for Miller tonight. (26 and 11) for Baba Miller tonight. Another double-double and a career high to go with it. He's been fantastic.
And might be a career high in dunks too.
Might be.
7 or 8 dunks. I lost tally after that. But he's got another double-double. The Bearcats also have a season high with 23 assists. They had 20 to start the season, and they have been rolling today. The ball has been hopping. Guys have been making shots. Obviously, if you give it to Baba Miller and he's getting dunks, it's going to make that percentage go up. He's 11 of 12 from the field.
Alabama State really has had no answer tonight, offensively or defensively. Played a better second half, that's for sure, but it has been a struggle for the Hornets. Foul on Abayev there. 4th on Cincinnati as a team. Now you got to feel for the Hornets a little bit, Terry. I mean, they played a home game on November 14th. They don't have another home game until January 10th. 12 games either at a neutral site or away from home. I mean, it's a program and a team that has to do that. These bye games, as Terry Madlock was telling us, they need those to support the program, but man, that's a tough thing to do, especially with the competition they're playing in these road games.
And you don't get a chance to sleep in your own bed. You know how cranky people get when they got to stay in a hotel bed for a month? It's a lot.
He did tell us that he has all the confidence in the world that this is a group that can get through it. He said that they're a very close-knit group. He's not worried about them being on the road for this long with this 12-game road swing. But as we mentioned earlier, get this team to March. It's all about the 3 games in that SWAC tournament at the end of the year. If you can win that, that's what the season will be predicated on. Keep them together. Take your lumps now. You're going to be on the road for a long time. You're going to play these high majors, and you're going to lose your fair share of games in the non-conference. But can this team weather the storm and make it to the end of the season in March and win those 3 games again in the SWAC tournament?
Yeah, he says basketball IQ is a skill, and he loves coaching this team. This team, he says, they love to be coached. They want to be coached. They want to be coached hard. They listen. Obviously, you can't tell from this game that, you know, they're not in this game by any stretch of the imagination. But last year at this time, they were almost at the same spot, 4-9, and then they win 10 of their last 11 and make a run and make it to the NCAA tournament. Not only just make it to the first four, but actually win a game.
Well, he said when you really think about it, for all the road games they play, and they did the same thing last year. They were on the road a ton in the non-conference last year. They got to 20 wins. When you think about it, you're on the road playing high majors in the non-conference for 12 to 13 games. You're probably losing, most programs would be losing 10 out of those 12. They found a way to get to 20 wins last year despite having so few wins in the non-conference. Zella flies in for the dunk. Good feed from Thomas.
That's good two-man action. Running the baseline by Day Thomas, coming back, using the screen by Zella. They come out and they ice him, and he throws a pocket pass for a dunk.
You see the schedule that Alabama State has dealt with and will continue to deal with. One of only 13 non-conference games at home, and they start the first two in SWAC play on the road as well. A lot of really good programs there, a couple of Big 12 teams. Penny Hardaway's Memphis group, the school that Tony Madlock himself graduated from. At the time, it was Memphis State in 1992, but now Memphis. You guys had some good years playing against each other.
We sure did. Tony Madlock, he went to Memphis, but he kind of reminds me, he looks like Eddie Murphy a little bit. Everybody's got a twin, man. You got to understand that. Oh, the doppelganger.
Anderson too strong. Thomas rips it through. Big block from behind. Bird knocked it out of there. A whistle as well. You get to Marion Yates in transition, committing the foul. I was mesmerized by that block from behind.
Okay, beer on it.
I hope that's beer.
That ball is more expensive now because that beer is about $9.
Well, the referee is asking to give it back, and the guy's saying, I don't know if you really want it.
Well, the referee is going to wipe it on his shirt or get a towel.
The fan was trying to do the referee a favor, saying, you don't want this basketball, it is soaked.
Yeah,
the referee's saying, well, we do need it. And then the referee said, well, I really don't want it.
And they can go get another ball, which they have replaced it.
And now that fan is saying, that poor fan, he said, I told you you didn't want that basketball. Can I please have it back?
This is not football. No, you can't just throw the ball in the stands.
That fan made a big, big mistake by giving that basketball back.
Well, he had to, or else he was going to get mobbed by the student section.
Well, at least he would have left with the basketball.
If you're going to hold it in the ambulance, that's one thing.
But put yourself in that guy. Put yourself in that guy's shoes, Terry. He's out of beer and he's out of basketball.
He got crowd
community beer service now.
Look at him. Happy as a lark.
I hope Santa brings that guy a basketball for Christmas.
All I want for Christmas is another beer. Look at him.
Yeah, I know, really. Can we get Fifth Third Arena concessions to go to the, I don't know, section 110 over there and get that man a beer?
Gift him. What's your cash app in $12 real quick?
Off the mark for Sandbeck from three. Comes Cincinnati. Tillery takes the baseline and nowhere to go.
Yeah, I love the probe.
Abayev steps into it.
Abayev is now 1 of 5 from downtown. And another rebound by Baba Miller.
Anderson just continues to shoot, trying to put this team on his back and will them into this game. Just hasn't really been his night either. 9 points, he's taken 13 shots.
Oh.
You mentioned that mid-range for Jizzle James.
Between the legs, back between the legs, and then kicks that leg out like his patented shot. Oh, he's looked great. He's been very efficient in his first game back.
It looks like he hasn't missed a beat. 13.
5 of 7, yes. Yeah.
Simpson is grabbed with 4:03 to go. He's been one of the only sources of consistent offense tonight for Alabama State. And even he's been a bit inefficient, 5 of 20. Between him and Anderson, they've had to just fire and hope for the best, put the team on the back. And Miller checks out maybe for the final time tonight. He gets a big ovation.
Big ovation. But Jizzle James looks like he's never left.
Kelsey has a little bit more on Jizzle James as well.
Anthony, Coach Wes Miller recalled a story about Jizzle James, and he went back to Thanksgiving, and Wes Miller had people over at his house, and he said they had a gratitude wall, and everybody got to put what they were thankful for. And he said Jizzle James just said he's thankful to be a part of this team.
Well, he has had a long road the past couple of months to earn this spot and be back on the team, but he has proven his worth tonight. Big game in his return. Five rebounds and 5 assists. It has been all Cincinnati for a while. After both teams really struggled early. I think it was 12-7 for about 8 possessions in a row early in the first half. Cincinnati went on a 20-5 run and never looked back, in large part because of Alabama State turnovers. It's out of bounds off of Palesi.
Talk about efficient. Jizzle James has played 16 minutes, and he is tied for the second leading scorer at 13 points. Just under control, playing within his means, and making the right play.
Celestine looking inside, it's not there.
Yeah, he's not working hard enough. He doesn't hold the guy on his shoulder.
Tillery way outside is off the mark. James for the second chance points, rims out. Nice move from Bird to free himself. Simpson, that's way out there. Trying everything at this point. Down nearly 40. Bayev short again from 3. Falls into the hands of Jaquarius Stanback. It's a nice story as well. Jaquarius Stanback haven't talked about him much tonight. He missed time in the first half due to foul trouble, but Tony Madlock really likes his big man inside. He redshirted last year because he stepped on campus as a 17-year-old freshman. He's only 18 years old in his second year of college basketball, and hoping to continue to up those numbers. He averages 7 and 4 right now. Tony Madlock truly believes that this time next year might be his last season coaching Stanback because somebody's going to come and pluck him from Alabama State.
You mentioned this Bearcat's very active. Now he's on my left shoulder over here. Almost boxed him out.
Slip down low, there's Stanback. Through the hoop and the harm.
It's a beautiful pocket pass, roll to the basket, overplay by DeZella. I mean, watch this pocket pass, slapped on the arm, beautiful finish by Stanback.
Cincinnati has brought in Grant Darbyshire, one of the walk-ons, to get some extended minutes here with the Bearcats up big. Stanback makes the free throw. Convert the three-point play. 85-50. The final brush strokes on this one tonight.
Freshman Stanback, very undersized, looks really young. He's got 24 points. I'm sorry, 24 blocks and 10 steals. He's got some bounce to his game. Coach is really impressed with his improvement.
He's the best shot blocker in the SWAC. More than 2 a night. Simpkins needs help. Over to Yates. Up ahead, Zella, and too far ahead. Right idea from James, just not enough touch on the pass.
And a good rim run by Zella. He's running the floor. Didn't quite get it, but that's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to tire out the other center by running the floor every time.
Stanback loses it on the dribble. It's off the hands of Bird, out of bounds. Stays at this end. Cincinnati, the non-conference slate rolls on with Clemson out of the ACC on Sunday. That'll be played at a neutral site, although certainly closer to Clemson, in Greenville, South Carolina, Saturday at 3 o'clock. And then Lipscomb, they just tested Duke the other night to round out the non-conference schedule. Starting at home against Houston after the new year. So a few more tests coming up before Big 12 play starts. Palesi pulls up, too strong. Still gets Stanback in there for the offensive rebound, but he has it knocked away. Getting a bit sloppy here with less than a minute to go. Alabama State after this, their road swing continues at Memphis next Monday at 7 o'clock. You see all those road games, 4 more before finally being home against Jackson State. Skip over to James to add a little bit more.
Welcome back. Second leading scorer now, 16 points on 6 of 9 shooting from the field overall, 3 of 5 for downtown, 4 rebounds, 2 assists in 19 minutes.
Yeah, certainly a welcome addition. Alabama State has left too many open shooters tonight.
A man's gift will make room for him, and he will stand before kings and not mere men. Your gift makes room for you, and he is a very gifted basketball player. Good to see him back.
Stanback draws the foul and goes back to the line with 29.4 to go. Tony Madlock just called the timeout for a personnel switch, getting Kevin Alibi back in.
Look at this young fella at the free throw line. I mean, he looks like he needs 2 forms of ID to buy root beer. He's out here playing.
I mean, imagine that, stepping on campus as a freshly turned 17-year-old last year.
August 11th is when he turned 18.
Of this year?
Yes.
They're hoping to get him in toward the 10.7 rebound range in SWAC play, and then next year be in that 14 and 9 range. And then Tony Madlock can hopefully coach him a little bit longer, but we'll be praying to keep him around. Well, the long road swing continues to give Alabama State some issues. They just didn't have it tonight. And Cincinnati, a much-needed bounce-back win. 88-51 the final. The offense finally comes alive for Wes Miller.